the subconscious, how it affects us, how many or most of our decisions are subconscious things that our reactions and our actions are based on our subconscious mind. And those things have been developed over years, from even from when we're little kids or experiences that we've had throughout our lives. And they've shaped us, and our emotions and our actions and reactions are tied to it, are tied to it. And then we talked about how the devil takes these things that we have and uses it against us, right? Has us believing his lies and not the truth that we know, the truths that we should know, truths that we should be abiding by. And so,
Question.
yes, sir.
We always say the devil takes things and uses it against us. Is that really a true statement?
Well, who's doing it?
Huh?
Who's using it against us?
But does us we not make our own choices?
Okay, we do, we do.
But
What?
I mean,
I understand the question. You're saying, okay, we're the ones doing it. We're saying the devil made us do that. I get what you're saying. But all right. So what's deeper than that? That's what we've been trying to get to. All right.
right, that's what I'm saying.
Why do you make the decisions you make?
Right.
Why do you do the things that you do?
Because I guess and not trying to make it. I hope I'm not going in the wrong direction with this. Because you know, God gave gift left us instructions. Right? So and then like I say, you got good and you got evil. Now the devil put stuff in front of us.
Hmm.
So you got a choice as to which one you gonna serve or which one you gonna do. So does he really make you do that? It's like God don't force us to do anything.
Okay. I didn't say the devil forced us anything. I said the devil uses it against us. Right. And then what we just said, the devil puts it out there,
Put it out there.
and we make the decisions.
Hey,
We make the decisions based on
what we want,
what we believe.
what we want.
Yeah. Okay. Based on what we want. So so why do we want what we want?
Because one that I guess
Why do we want what we want?
and this is with the devil pushes things in front of us what we feel like we can do. I say we're confident because that's what we'll say. I went out, look, I went out and got me this brand new big house. You know, a lot of times that's what they say.
All right, stop right there. Stop right there. Okay, exactly. Okay, that's in our mind because we think that's something that's good. That's the lie that the devil has told us. That's what we're getting at. So we make decisions based on the things that are in us, our inner parts, believe in certain things that the devil has told us. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, we go out and buy a nice car, think, oh yeah, I'm somebody because I bought a car and I did this. That's how the devil fools us because he's got us thinking that buying a car means something. You see what I'm saying? That's the lie. We choose to believe the lie. Devil don't make us believe the lie. He just tell us the lie.
He just puts it in front of us. That's what I was
You know?
going with. Yeah, he puts it in front of us.
Yeah.
So we gotta make a choice. We make a choice
Yeah.
for the
Yeah. Right. Exactly. But we choose to believe the lie, and that's what I'm saying. The devil uses our subconscious mind, things that have happened to us, things that we look. All right. Let's go to the car, for instance. All right. Why would we think a car makes us somebody, makes us better or a better person or puts us on a higher level? Why do we chase cars?
that's
Somewhere along the line, probably we saw somebody with a nice car.
the world.
We saw the world, and we've been told that we are less than so much that if we go get us a nice car, people won't think we're less than. People won't think I'm less than. That's what's see the deeper thing is we want that material thing to to somehow justify who we are as a people, as a person. That's the subconscious lie that we believe, that you got to have a material thing to be somebody. At least that's the way I look at it. All right. So, not saying it's wrong to have nice things. All right. Not faulting anybody for going to get a new car. But what we don't need to do, what we need to get away from, is thinking that that car makes us something that we're not. Because we're looking at somebody else. The TV commercials. They show the successful people and the pretty people on TV driving all these nice vehicles. So you think, if I go get me a nice vehicle like that, if I wear some of the clothes they put in the magazines, if I do this, then people gonna look at me and think you know, I got it going on the way I see these people on TV. You see what I'm saying?
And it's like that. Yeah, I might be using the wrong word. I think sometimes people sell their soul to accomplish these things, but then they'll say, well, God did this for me. But the path that you took to get there, did it involve God getting you to that point?
Yeah.
Because you
Sometimes
don't know
people
anything about God until you get it.
and people will compromise. Like I said, they'll sell their souls. They'll compromise their belief in order to achieve certain things. Yes, sir.
I was just gonna say that life was was implanted in that individual uh, at some given time.
Yeah, exactly.
So they wasn't born that way. It was just learning or learned behavior or implanted life at some given time
Yeah, exactly.
that came along.
Exactly. And it happens early. It happens early. You know, if you got a little kid, well, some of you probably got grandkids now, right? When they get to a certain age, what they want to do? They want to get some nice tennis shoes. They want the Air Jordans, right? Or the Adidas or whatever. That's where it starts, right? Now, where they get that from? Other little kids may pick at them because of the shoes they wear. Could be, could be. I think back, and I remember Zach saying that one of the other little kids used to pick at him about something he wore, or something he had on. You can't afford mom and daddy can't afford nothing no better than that or whatever. I remember him saying that when he was little. I think he might have been in middle school, maybe. No, maybe elementary school. Okay, but anyway, these kids learn these things. Now that's something that we probably pass down to them. Parents. When I say we, the parents pass down to the kids. Oh yeah, you got to have these Nikes on. You got to have whatever. Got to wear these $100, $200 shoes. So you can look like somebody. You know, and ain't got $200 in the bank, but we buying $200 tennis shoes, and we still doing that today as adults, right? Because we won't. I'm sorry.
Kind of put the small children in uniform.
Yeah, exactly. That's what has led to uniforms, to them wearing the same stuff. But then, but the shoes are different. So they pick at the shoes that you got on.
But like you said, parents, and you hear it a lot from standing. You hear a lot of them say, well, I want my child to have it better than I have.
Hmm.
I mean, how bad was it for you? If you made it this far, how bad was it? But for you to make a statement like that, what are you really saying when you say, I want my child to have it better than I had?
It depends on your intention.
Yeah. It depends on the intent. It depends on the individual. Yeah. Yeah.
Was it bad for you?
And it depends on how you look at it. I mean, I choose to.
But that's what I'm saying. I get that. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You have to be careful, like I said, when you say stuff, because you have to be careful because
Yeah.
I mean, for somebody to just say, I want my child to have it better than me, and leave it like that.
Yeah.
What are they really saying?
Well, that depends on, like I said, it depends on the individual. Depends on what. Yeah.
It depends on, like, when I say it, I want them to have a better life than I had. Not necessarily things, but a better sense of who they are, to be able to go further in whatever they want to do, a better relationship with God earlier than I had it. I want all of it. I want everything that I had times two. I want it for them. So that's what I mean.
I know. But
And
typically
then, just for the record, he didn't get the $200 shoes.
yeah, but typically when they say that,
Then he could pay for it.
People don't mean that when they
He
say
buys them now, though.
they mean materialistic things.
Right.
they just leave it right there. They don't do
Okay.
what she just said. They just leave it.
Okay.
I want my child to have it better than me.
Yeah. Well, some people do. I mean, but that depends on the individual.
Right.
That depends on the individual, which is why we're discussing right now our subconscious, because if they mean something different, what's in their subconscious, may not be, quote unquote better, that if they pass that down to their children. And so you got to be careful what children, because children pick up on things that we say and do, and it can and it will shape them.
Because like I say, if you say that to a child,
Mm-hmm.
guess what that child's gonna do? Because now they're gonna say, okay, well, you want $30 tennis shoes. I want $300 tennis shoes.
But they can say that, but it's up to you to make those limits.
But yeah, I know that. But that's what I'm saying. And typically, when a child, because the children, they manipulate parents. We all guilty of it. We've been there, done that, still doing it.
Yeah.
It goes. They heard you say, "I want you to have it better than I did."
But that can't be the only thing
But
they
you
hear
never
you
said that to
say.
your child,
But
your children.
I want to have better.
You never said that to them.
You don't want them to have better than you?
I do. And I push them to do things different than I did.
Right.
But
So it's the same
wait a
thing.
minute, because if I say I want them better, because even though I went through some things in life, the things that I went through got me to the point where I'm at now. So I'm very appreciative.
But do you want them to go through the same things you went through?
No.
Okay, well then you want them
No,
to do
no,
better
listen,
then.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I strive
You want
to do
something better for them.
different, yeah. But I'm not gonna tell them that because
Okay, gotcha.
I
I
don't
know
want them to get the wrong idea.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
But they see you, they know you, so they understand whether you say it or not.
But you,
It's not just your words, it's how
It
you
is.
walk. And you say
Y'all need to shut the microphone.
when you tell them, when you tell them that, you tell them.
But yeah, like I say, but kids too, and I hate it too. Kids now have it hard. I get it. Because other kids, like you do your child, but then when they start hanging out with their friend, they know right. I know I shouldn't be doing it. But my friends are doing it. They getting away with it. So it's all right for me to do it too. And with mine, I try to tell them just because they got away with it, at least they think they got away with it, don't mean they got away with it. Because you only see one side of the picture.
But you're getting into some other
Yeah, I
stuff.
know, yeah,
Nature
same.
versus nurture. It's
Okay.
some
Okay,
situations.
let's try to get back on the road. We in the woods. We in the wood.
We in the woods.
Let's try to steer back on the road.
Back in the lane.
All right.
We in the
But
woods, yeah.
but what you all are saying, the material things that we use, we have used material things to try to heal us inside. Right?
Yeah.
Would everybody agree with that? If I buy a nice car, if I wear nice clothes, if I look in the mirror, oh yeah, I'm looking good today. That makes us feel good inside.
Eat some chocolate.
Yeah. If you eat chocolate, or if you talk about somebody else, it make you feel better about yourself because you talk about them and you ain't bad as them because you compare yourself to them, or whatever. So these things that we do to heal, there's things inside of us that's broken, y'all, that need repair. And we think material things and talking about people and stuff like that is what's going to heal us. But let's go. Turn to Isaiah 61. And we ain't gonna talk about tennis shoes. I know I brought it up. I was like, man, boy, if I could take something
We
back.
positive.
but it's true. All that y'all was saying is true. We are broken inside, and we try to heal ourselves with material things. But what should we be healing ourselves with? And let's turn to Isaiah 61. Someone read verses 1 through 3, please.
Isaiah 61, 1 through 3. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me to bring good news to the afflicted. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to captives and freedom to prisoners, to proclaim the favorable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all who mourn. Is it 1 through
3.
3? To grant those who mourn in Zion, giving them a garland instead of ashes, the oil of gladness instead of mourning, the mantle of praise instead of a spirit of fainting. So they will be called oaks of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he may be glorified.
All right. So what is that speaking of? That's speaking of restoration, right? Transformation. Um, um, speaks of healing. Speaks of comforting those who mourn. Grant those who mourn, giving them the garland instead of ashes, the oil of gladness instead of mourning, the mantle of praise. So, so these things that we're trying to heal with material things or with worldly things, whatever it may be, we're going to the wrong place. We should be turning to the Spirit of the Lord that comes down upon us to heal our inner parts. All right, let's go to Romans 8. Turn to Romans 8. Deep, deep, girl, deep. Took a long time to get there. We've been going all around this track and we're trying to get to the finish line.
You said it was deep. You want to answer?
Yeah.
All right, let's read.
Say that, need to say that again.
Let's read Romans 8, first verse. And this is for those who, like I said, you've got some feelings inside, right? About the way you've been living your life or what you've done in the past. What's the 8? Romans 8 and 1 say?
Therefore, there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus.
All right. No condemnation. So that means whatever you've done, it is wiped away. It is clean. You're not guilty. You know, they say what is it? Innocent till proven guilty. Well, you're innocent and you've been proven innocent by Christ Jesus. All right, because he died for our sins. So whatever unworthiness you may have within you because of something you've done in your past or some things that you've done in your past, you know, there's no condemnation. There's no condemnation. All right, let's turn to John 8. John 8 and 32. Someone please read.
And you will know the truth, and the truth will make you free.
All right, the truth shall make you free. You've heard that several times, all right? I'm sure over the years, right? So what does that mean? What does that mean? So these lies, remember we talked about lies, right? Who's the father of lies? Satan, that's right, the devil. Father of lies, that we've been believing all these lies. But the Spirit of the Lord, he comforts us. He heals us. He those that are mourning, he comforts those that are mourning, right? And we think because we've done something in the past, we're not worthy of something, we're no good, we're not on the level of the movie stars or whatever it is we're seeing that we're looking at. We think we're less of a person because we didn't win an Oscar last week or whatever it is. They had the Oscars last week, right? Yeah. All right. Okay. Uh, you know, but even though we've done wrong in the past or things that aren't perfect in the past, there's no condemnation. And if we know the truth will set us free. Free from what?
Stronghold.
The strongholds, right? That the lies the devil has told us that put strongholds on our minds, right? The way we're thinking, we're trapped inside the way he's made us think about ourselves. But once we know the truth, not just read the truth and hear the truth, we have to know the truth. The truth will set us free from those strongholds. All right, yes, sir, you got a comment.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. When you say the word stronghold, what come in my mind is like a fortress, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can have a castle, right? And the castle keeps stuff out. You can keep bad stuff out. But if you can't get out of it, it's a prison. So when you say knowing the truth, these strongholds we got, those are the things that we have come to believe that ain't true, the lie. And the only key to set you free is the truth. The only way the gate to the stronghold is gonna get unlocked. You got to have some truth to be able to defeat that stronghold.
Exactly. 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 Got another comment over here?
I was just gonna say, you don't know what the lie is unless you know what the truth is.
Hmm. 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 So we have heard something all of our lives. We automatically think it's the truth because that's what we've been hearing. We've seen something all of our lives. We automatically think it's the truth because that's what we've been seeing. Hmm. Hmm.
That's why that thing, study to show yourself, prove it's so important.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Like, can the truth make you feel?
Awesome.
Can the truth make you feel guilty though, or that's a different type of
Can
emotion?
the truth make you feel guilty? What do you mean feel guilty?
Like I know the truth, and like I told you earlier, like I know, like my thoughts. I shouldn't be thinking some things, but I do. So the truth, I feel guilty.
Hmm. Um, I would say yes. I think it should make you feel guilty. Let's go back to what we was it Wednesday or Sunday? What Paul was saying?
I wanna do good.
He wants to do good,
Yeah.
but he keeps doing bad, and he realizes ain't nothing but bad inside of him. So, now he didn't say the word guilty, but I would say he's saying he's guilty. So yeah, if you know the truth, it should, when you don't do what is right, yeah, it should make you should feel a certain type of way. Because I'm gonna tell you, if you could do wrong, gotta hand it back. If you could do wrong and have no remorse for it, that I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think that's a good thing. You know, and I don't know all this, but you see people that commit crimes, and when they go before like a parole board, they basically have to admit that they were guilty, right? And you hear about people say, "Well, I was innocent, and I wasn't gonna go before no parole board and say that I was guilty of doing it," you know, and tell them I was wrong and I'm sorry for what I did because I didn't do it. So I'm just gonna stay in jail. I've seen that and read that, people saying that because that's part of, I guess, the process is admitting your guilt and having some remorse about it. So yes, the truth should make you feel as if yes, you're guilty of something. However, just know that you're not condemned for that. That because of Christ. Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's part of the Holy Spirit job. If you read John 16, verse 8, it says, and he, when he comes, will convict the world regarding sin, righteousness, and judgment. That it just makes you feel guilty because he wants you to see the error of your way so that you can correct that error.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I agree. I agree. I agree. Any other comments? So if you see the error of your ways, and let's go back to what Paul said, he knows the right thing to do, but yet he, would do the wrong thing. And I know none of you would do this, but you probably know people that continue to do the wrong things. You know, I think we talked about this a little bit before. We tell ourselves, "Well, I'm gonna stop doing this," and then, but yet we'll do it again, or we may stop for a few days. I'm gonna quit talking about my wife. I'm gonna quit talking about her. Quit talking bad about her. I'm gonna start talking good about her. And I may go 2 days, and then next thing I know, I see Joe and I start talking about her again. Not that it's Joe's fault. It's my fault. But I'm trying not to talk about her, right? I think as long as I'm trying and I'm truly trying. I mean, this is a hypothetical situation because I ain't trying to stop talking about her. But 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 we're not condemned as long as we're not quote unquote wallowing in our sin. If you're trying to do better, you're reading the word, you're studying, you're trying to get stronger, and you're trying to kick that bad habit, whatever it is, and you're truly, what is your real intent here? Are you just saying it, or are you really trying to do it? Are you really trying to stop? and change your ways. And if you're really trying to do it and you're doing the right things, like I said, there's no condemnation. There's no condemnation.
Well, just to say that what you were talking about was habit. Habit, if you keep practicing habit, that's why I say habit is hard to break. If it happens one time or whatever, and you don't go back to it, that's different. But if you continue going back, like I say, you form a habit, a pattern. So, yeah, okay.
And where do those habits and patterns come from?
Lies.
From the subconscious, from what's inside of you.
Yeah, but like I say, well,
Because you're making
you
decisions
can
based
stop.
on that.
Yeah,
That's why you got to change all that.
I'm gonna not do this for a day or two, but then you're gonna go back, like you say, you go back. Like I said, that's habit. You form a habit. It's pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing that's gonna fix it is the truth.
Oh.
And the only way the truth fix it is you speak after the truth.
All right. So James Hall just hit on something, y'all. So the only thing that's gonna fix it is the truth, right? So that means you got to reprogram with the truth. Let's turn to Joshua 1 and 8, someone. And I apologize because I left my notes on this, some of my notes that I was going to do. So Joshua 1 and 8. Someone read that, please.
This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do according to all that is written in it. For then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have success.
All right. All right. What is that? Meditate day and night on this book of the law. Let's go to Psalm 1, the first Psalm. Read verses 1 through 3, please. Did we read that already? We didn't read that here. We read something. Psalm 1, 1 through 3. 1, 2, and 3.
Person does not walk.
Get the microphone, please. People on the online can't hear you. Get on the microphone. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is a person who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, nor stand in the path of sinners, nor sit in the seat of scoffers.
1 through 3.
But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. He will be like a tree planted by the streams of water, which yields its fruit in its season, and his leaf does not wither. And in whatever he does, he prospers.
All right. So meditating on the word day and night on the law. All right. Now, blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked. What does that mean? You don't walk in the counsel of the wicked. That's right. That's right. You're not practicing wicked things. Nor sit in the seat of scoffers. But his delight is in the law. He meditates day and night. Be like a tree firmly planted by streams of water. What does that mean? A tree planted by the water. What's that? Most trees that are close to the water, what do they look like?
Big.
Usually big, strong, right? Deep roots. Yeah, 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 yeah. They're not dry and withering away, right? They're very.
And a lot of times you take a tree that's, like I say, is close to the water. Trees that are away from the waters, we just use weather, or fall quicker than the trees just close to the water.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because they can't get the water.
But like I said, the
Many
water,
times they don't get as much.
being that close,
Yeah.
it feeds their root system. It
Mhm.
feeds them so they're strong. They're anchored.
Mm.
They're anchored.
Hmm. So what does that mean for us?
Yeah.
That means we'll be anchored, right? If we meditate on the law day and night. Meditate on the law day and night. All right, so let me ask you this. Just think to yourself, you ain't got to answer this necessarily. How often do you meditate on the word? And it says day and night. I'm assuming every day, every night. Okay? Every day, all day. You know, how often are you reading the word? How often are you, um, I don't know, listening to, you know, you know, the music, listening to someone preach, watching, videos of of sermons, things of that nature, trying to learn. How often are you doing that? Now, just think to yourself how often you do it. I mean, we come here on Sunday. We're here a couple hours on Sunday. What are we doing the rest of the day? Sitting down watching TV, on our phones, huh? Cutting grass. I'm gonna be cutting grass today. I gotta cut grass. You know, yeah. So what are we doing though? Now, if you're watching TV, now we just talked about how the cars, how you see these car commercials or these clothing commercials or whatever. These things are feeding something into your spirit. The music that you're listening to, the TV shows you're watching, the actions of others, the people that you're talking to, your friends, that may not have gone to church today, right? You're having conversations and things of that nature. So you've given 2 hours, not saying that's a bad thing. Now you're giving 2 hours to learning and growing. And let's say you slept 8 hours. So 8, then the 2 hours, that's 10 hours. So that's 14 more hours in the day that the devil could have had an influence on you. That he was sending something to you, subliminal message or a direct message or something. And in direct message DMs, somebody sent a joke to you that you shouldn't be looking at. Hey, it shouldn't even be funny, but it's funny. Whatever.
But, just like you just said, we come here, we spend the time here, and no time you get to the other side of the door, you're doing just what you just said. So don't, like you say,
Yeah, and that's today. Not tomorrow. Are you gonna put 2 hours in tomorrow? Now there are some that are gonna come to the Monday night class, so we'll put an hour in on Monday, right? Because we ain't studying. How many of y'all have memorized your? Yeah, I hadn't either now. How many of y'all have memorized your verses? You know, because we haven't. Okay, so you got the Monday night class Tuesday. How much time we gonna put in Tuesday? Meditating, studying, meditating Tuesday. You gonna call in Tuesday night and hear me pray for. I'm gonna read one or two verses, and I'll pray for about 10 minutes. How many more hours in a day? I know you're gonna sleep for 8 hours, because you're gonna get his 8 hours sleep. All right. Wednesday, I guess we'll come in for a couple hours Wednesday night. Thursday, uh-oh. What we got on Thursday? You ain't even calling in, you ain't coming in. Uh-oh. So what I'm saying is this is telling us to meditate day and night. Day and night. If we've got to fight those messages that the devil is giving us, we're giving him a whole lot more time to penetrate into our inner being than we're giving to God to penetrate our inner being. All right. So let's think about that. Let's think about it. Like I say, I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about folks out there. Yeah, folks. Right? But let's think about that. Let's consider how much time we're putting in to fight against those messages and those lies that we're being told. That's why we believe those lies, because those lies are being told to us more than what the truth is being told to us, because we're not doing as much to read and learn and understand the truth. So, we're going to put more time into the truth so that we can combat those lies. All right, but we'll get a little bit deeper into that. All right. Let's see where we have Wednesday and Sunday, so we'll finish out.